Hello students, I am Sudarshan Pal. Welcome to Sudarshan's SSC. Today's topic is coding and decoding, especially alphabetical coding and decoding. Let's start the video. The first type of coding decoding is plus coding and decoding. That means the alphabet is represented by adding +1, +2, etc. and minus decoding. Similarly, -1, -2, -1, -1, etc. Mixed type of coding. That means one letter is represented as +1 and another letter is represented by -1 or the -1 value of the letter. Reverse coding and decoding, vowel consonant dependent coding and decoding, and opposite letter coding and decoding. You have to know the numerical value of different letters of alphabet and the opposite letters of English alphabet. You can see here. The first type of coding is when +1 is added to each of the alphabet. Suppose doctor is coded as EPDUPS. Then what is the code for patient? Let's see. D + 1 E, O + 1 P. Similarly, D is the C + 1 and P + 1 is U, O + 1 is P, and R + 1 S. P Q A B T U I J E F N O T U. The code for patient is QBUJFOU. Question number 2. If India is coded as JPGMF, then what is the code for China? I + 1, that is J, N + 2 is P, D + 3 is G, I + 4 is M, and A + 5 is F. Similarly, the code for China will be C + 1, that means D, H + 2 HIJ, I + 3 JKL, N + 4 OPQR, and A + 5 F. The code for China will be DJLRF. If the code for boat is CQDV, then what is the code for ship? B + 1 equal to C, O + 2 Q, A + 1 B, T + 2 V. That means this is +1 + 2 +1 + 2. In the same way, S + 1 equal to T, H + 2 J, I + 1 J, P + 2 R. The code for ship will be TJJR. Type 2 of coding decoding, that is when the word is coded by -1 -1 -2 -2 -1 -2 etc. pattern. Question number 4. If paper is coded as OZODQ, then what is the code for book? P - 1 O, A - 1 Z, P - 1 O, E - 1 D, R - 1 Q. Similarly, B - 1 A, O - 1 and O - 1 and K - 1 J. So the code for book will be ANNJ. If the code for bus is ASP, what is the code for van? B - 1 A, U - 2 S, S - 3 P. Similarly, V minus 1 U, A minus 2 Y, N minus 3 K. So the code for van will be UYK. If the code for iron is GPML, what is the code for steel? I minus 2G, R minus 2 P, O minus 2 M, and N minus 2 L. Similarly, S minus 2 Q, T minus 2 R, E minus 2 C, E minus 2 C, and L minus 2 J. So the code for steel will be QRCCJ. Type 3 of coding decoding, that is mixed type. For example, +1 -1 +1, +1 -2 +3, +2 -2 +2, etc. pattern. Question number 7. If cricket is coded as DQJBLDU, then what is the code for football? See here. C plus 1D, R minus 1 Q, I plus 1 J, C minus 1 B, K plus 1 L, E minus 1 D, T plus 1 U. Similarly, F plus 1 G, O minus 1 N, O plus 1 P, T minus 1 S, B plus 1 C, A minus 1 Z, L plus 1 M, and L minus 1 K. So the code for football will be G and P S C Z M K. Question number 8. If right is coded as SGJDY, then what is the code for wrong? R plus 1 S, I minus 2 G, G plus 3 J, H minus 4 D, and T plus 5 Y. Similarly, W plus 1 X, R minus 2 P, O plus 3 R, N minus 4 J, and G plus 5 L. So the code for wrong will be XPRJL. If the code for liquid is NGSSKB, then what is the code for solid? L plus 2 N, I minus 2 G, Q plus 2 S, U minus 2 S, I plus 2 K, D minus 2 B. In the same way, solid is coded as S plus 2 U, O minus 2 M, L plus 2 N, I minus 2 G, D plus 2 F. So the code for solid will be UMNGF. Type 4 of coding decoding, that is reverse type. Question number 10. If physics is coded as SCI SY HP, then what is the code for chemistry? As you can see that the last letter is replaced by first letter, and thereafter the second last is represented by second letter. Similarly, I, S, Y, H, and P. That means the reverse order. In the same way, chemistry is represented as Y, R, T, S, I, M, E, H, C. Question number 11. If table is coded as ELBAT, then what is the code for chair? It is your homework. Write it in the comment box. The next important type of coding decoding is vowel consonant dependent coding and decoding. Question number 12. If teacher is coded as UDZD IDS, then what is the code for student? T plus 1 U, E minus 1 D, A minus 1 Z, C plus 1 D, H plus 1 I, E minus 1 D, R plus 1 S. You can see that to each consonant 1 is added and to each vowel 1 is subtracted. In the same way, student is coded as S plus 1 T, T plus 1 U, U minus 1 T, D plus 1 E, E minus 1 D, N plus 1 O, T plus 1 U. So that the code for student will be TUTEDOU. Question number 13. If cow is coded as FQZ, what is the code for goat? Cow C plus 3, F O plus 2, Q W plus 3 Z. That means to each consonant 3 is added and to each vowel 2 is added. So that the code for goat will be G plus 3. That means J O plus 2, Q A plus 2 C and T plus 3 W. The code for goat will be JQCW. The next type of coding decoding is opposite letter coding and decoding. You have to know the opposite letters. The opposite letter of A is Z. The opposite letter of B is Y. Opposite letter of C is X. That of D is W. The opposite letter of E is V. F is U. G is T. H is S. I is R. And the opposite letter of J is Q. The opposite letter of K is P. The opposite letter of L is O. And the opposite letter of M is N. If zoology is coded as ALLOTB, that means all the letters are replaced by their opposite letters. The opposite letter of Z is A, O is L, O is L, L is O is L, and G is T, and Y is V. Similarly, the opposite letter of B is Y, that of O is L, that of T is G, A is Z, N is M, and Y is B. So that the botany will be coded as YLGZMB. If the bird is coded as YIIW, the opposite letter of B is Y. I remains same because it is a vowel and consonants are replaced by their opposite letters. The opposite letter of R is I. The opposite letter of D is W. In the same way, what is the code for next? The code for next will be E remains same in the same place. And the opposite letter of N is M. The opposite letter of S is H. And that of T is G. Thanks for watching this video. Like, share, subscribe and comment.